adding up. With less than 24 hours to go before Bihar votes, Rahul Gandhi has suddenly discovered a, quote, nationwide electoral theft, unquote. At a dramatic press conference, the visuals are right there in front of you. He dropped the H bomb. H here stands for Haryana. He claimed 25 lakh fake voters in Haryana, bulk duplication, invalid entries, even a plot to, quote, reverse a Congress landslide, unquote. And he's talking about, not today, viewers, but back in October 2024, last year. Viewers, almost a year back. And when is he making all these great allegations? Serious ones. On the eve of Bihar Phase 1 election day, voting day. Viewers, your focus should be on Bihar, but it is not. It is on Haryana. Now, let's first break down what Rahul Gandhi has said. He says there's a theft of 25 lakh votes in Haryana, including 5.21 lakh duplicate voters. That there are 5.5 lakh duplicate voters there, or there were. 93,174 invalid voters and 19.26 lakh bulk voters in Haryana. 1 in 8 voters in Haryana electoral list was fake. Not happening in individual constituencies, but at the state and national level. Our candidates' predictions went upside down. Exit polls pointed to a Congress victory, he says. EC and BJP conspired to convert Congress landslide victory into a loss. And now, viewers, he goes on to call upon Gen Z to wake up. He says Gen Z of India should understand this is about your future, unquote. It is interesting that Rahul is signaling aggressively to Gen Z. The BJP says this is deliberate, a malicious attempt to build a fake narrative, to incite the youth into believing that they don't count in the electoral system of this country, that their voice is being erased so that they can rise up like it happened in Nepal and Bangladesh, and there is mayhem and there is revolution and anarchy. But here's the catch, viewers, and it's a big one. And I'm talking about Rahul Gandhi's accusations. The same Rahul Gandhi who now says democracy has been stolen never filed a single legal challenge. Not one petition in court, not one formal appeal before the Election Commission. This despite the Supreme Court saying in October 2025, viewers, I'm talking now about a month back, that please exercise your discretion, use the formalities that are available to you, file a proper methodical petition before the Election Commission. Only then can we get into this, because only then will we be able to assess what the EC has said, and so on and so forth. Viewers, this is not the only contradiction. Not even objections from Congress booth agents during voter roll revisions have taken place. They had 60 days to do so. I'll just give you a hard fact here, viewers. The first list, the first Haryana poll list was published on the 2nd of August 2024. And the final entire vote roll was released to the public on the 27th of August in 2024. Viewers, between then and the first day of election in Haryana, there were at least 45 days. If you look at the 27th August final rolls, 5th October, viewers, was the election there. 2nd August was the first list. We had almost 2 months, but Congress did nothing. And the Election Commission has responded with cold, hard facts. Zero appeal against Haryana's rolls. Only 22 election petitions pending across all states. Congress raised no objections when it mattered only now after the polls, and a year after, is it suddenly wanting to open the past? Is Rahul supporting SIR which removes duplicate voters, the EC is asking? Why were no objections raised by Congress BLAs during the revision? And if there were, viewers, so many fake voters coming in and voting on one identity, they would have had multiple marks on their index finger. No proof of that. Who are these people? No proof of that has been supplied. Why were the Congress booth workers sleeping on their job? If they're seeing so many fake people walking in, or the same voter going from one polling booth to another and so forth, why isn't anyone calling any of this out? The point is, this script is familiar. After Maharashtra, Rahul Gandhi blamed voter roll manipulations, filed nothing. After Karnataka, and all the facts will be on your screens as I'm reading out, viewers. After Karnataka, he claimed mass deletions, filed nothing. Now Haryana, 25 lakh fake voters, still nothing in court. So viewers, these are the facts before your eyes. Maharashtra's case, EC's counter. Karnataka case, EC counter. Haryana case, EC counter. Now friends, Rahul is only right to the extent that electoral rolls should be cleaned up. Yes. There should be no debate and argument about that. But even here, Rahul Gandhi is contradicting himself, because that is precisely what the Election Commission is looking to do through the SIR. But guess what? Rahul Gandhi is opposing the SIR. His party is opposing it. His allies are opposing it. His entire alliance is opposing it. So what does this look like? Is Rahul Gandhi exposing a conspiracy or pre-writing his excuse note for a Bihar defeat? Is this a defense of democracy? Or is this all just a ready-made alibi for tomorrow's headlines? And let me also point out two other contradictions. One very key ally, Omar Abdullah, has come out and said, this is not an issue. Shashi Tharoor, a senior Congress leader, has said this is not an issue. So viewers, let's ask these questions. What exactly is the aim here? And I want to begin with Ashwini Mishra, Congress leader. We also have political analyst Nikhil Jain. Both of them are big supporters of the Congress. Mr. Mishra, the fundamental question to you is this. And let me just point out what the Supreme Court has said. And I find that despite the Supreme Court saying all these things, the Congress is not heeding the Supreme Court. Now, the first things, in October 2025, the Supreme Court refused to entertain a PIL, seeking a court-monitored SIT probe into alleged large-scale manipulation of electoral rolls in the Election Commission of India's voter list for the Bengaluru Central constituency. And this was following, as you know, the allegations that were made by Rahul Gandhi, sir. The bench held the petitioner should approach the ECI. The Supreme Court emphasized that it was not inclined to entertain the petition at that stage, observing that remedies lie before the ECI when it comes to electoral rolls. The court has thus taken a posture that it will not immediately intervene in broad vote chori style allegations unless and until there is a properly framed petition and likely evidence presented to the proper forum, which is under the RPA, rather than via this generic PIL. Why aren't you doing this, sir? It's a very serious issue. I buy into it. If it's a fact, my God, it's a big fraud. Why aren't you doing it?
Rahul, I want to ask you first, how do you see a leader of opposition as a role in the democracy? Is it an important role?
Very important.
Has to be very important, right? So when we start a debate, why we create a perception that Rahul Gandhi is wrong on asking the question?
I'm not saying that, sir.
Because
you misunderstood me. All I'm pointing, I'm not saying anything. I'm not given an opinion. I began by saying it's a very, 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 very important issue. And I just want to ask you, Mr. Mishra, I am not saying this, sir. It is the Supreme Court. I'm only quoting the Supreme Court. I'm not trying to create any impression. The Supreme Court says, please, under the right performer, approach the ECI. You know there's a separation of powers. If the ECI responds to you, if it doesn't respond, we'll take suo motu action. If it responds to you, then you can bring that response. If you find disparity, then we can do something about it. But why aren't you doing this?
The Karnataka government and CID has written 18 letters to Election Commission. Their CC has written 18 letters to Election Commission to provide the data on the deletion fraud. In fact, after Rahul Gandhi spoke about alarm, they had changed the way how deletion can be done through online process. So whatever the issues Rahul Gandhi is raising,
sir,
is very
deletions are
pertaining
different
to the
issues.
democracy.
No, one second. Deletion is different.
One second, sir. We are talking about vote chori.
Sir,
it can
please
be
listen
done
to
in
me.
the form of addition or deletion.
Haryana, we are told that there are bloated electoral rolls. Yes? This is what
Yes.
he's saying. Duplicate
Yes.
voters. Right?
Yes.
One vote, but several voters. One roll, several voters. Many people are entering the booth. Where is the proof for all of this?
I think you have not seen the entire press conference done by Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, because he has given the multiple entries where duplicate names were there, duplicate photographs
Yeah,
were
but that
there.
doesn't necessarily mean that these people
And
voted. That's what I'm trying to say. Even Jan Swaraj leader, don't forget,
so Rahul, you are telling that
Kishore had 2 votes. Many RJD leaders have had 2 votes, but necessarily didn't mean that they voted in 2 different places. That's what I'm saying, sir.
So Rahul, do you
Yes.
think it is okay for someone to have 20 votes?
I'm
and
not
election
saying that,
commission
sir.
is not doing?
Please
That's exactly
understand what
you are
I'm saying. I'm saying go to the Election Commission, file
ex-
an affidavit with the facts like you are presenting to the media. Put all this down. Put this material. If you find that the Election Commission is unresponsive, move the court to say, look, these are the numbers, these are the days, these are the dates, no response.
Rahul,
That is also not happened.
That's why I started my statement with this question. Do you consider a leader of opposition as a serious position? If yes, he has done all the 3 press
Sir,
conferences.
the leader
in
of the
open-
opposition's post is serious. The leader may not be serious.
Leader is
Let's
very
make
well
a
serious.
distinction.
He is talking about how democracy is being killed in broad
But sir,
daylight.
1 year after,
And it is the responsibility.
he's talking about Haryana 1 year after. You had 2 months to go through these electoral. If they were so obvious, what were you doing for 2 months?
Rahul, can you find a theft without it actually executed?
Sir, please.
You can find
Ashwani
a theft
ji,
once it is
Ashwani ji, please.
executed. It is not easy.
Sir, these electoral rolls existed before the election, right? They were made public
Yes,
before
they
the
do.
election. Nothing has
Yes, they
changed
do.
after the election.
Rahul, we have clarified it takes time to identify the anomalies in the data and the kind of.
Let me bring in
the kind
Pradeep
of
Bhandari
data.
to respond to you on these various defenses. Number one, that the Karnataka government has written multiple letters, etc., to the Election Commission, got no response. It's like speaking to a wall, banging your head against a wall. And number two, look, I mean, it takes time for us to dig up all of this. We're not an investigative agency.
Well, Rahul, if you really want me to take Rahul Gandhi seriously, then Rahul Gandhi unknowingly has become the biggest brand ambassador of SIR. So man who till yesterday was opposing SIR does not realize that today he's become the brand ambassador of SIR. Now let me just quote certain facts. Fact number one is the entire premise of Rahul Gandhi is based on 2 principles. A, he speaks about exit polls, and B, he speaks about Haryana. We recall how Rahul Gandhi, during the time of Lok Sabha elections, when majority exit polls predicted that we were getting more than 300 seats, said that all of these are biased exit polls.
He said that
Yes.
these were, I've
Godi
noted
media
that point
exit
down,
polls.
manipulated
Manipulated
stocks
market.
and make money.
In fact, even threatened to file FIR against individuals who were doing exit polls. Now he has completely changed its stance. So which Rahul Gandhi should we believe? Now let us come to Haryana. This is the Congress Prabhari of Haryana who said that we lost the Haryana elections because we did not distribute seats properly in the 10 to 15 seats, tickets properly in 10 to 15 seats. And the new Congress president in October 2025 said, because of our organizational weakness, we lost Haryana. Now the fact is, when a reporter asked Rahul Gandhi that if you believe in your evidences, why do you not go to the court of law? Rahul does not go to the court of law because every time he's gone to the Supreme Court or the High Court, Every time it has been rejected on principle basis. Not a single claim of Rahul Gandhi is proven true. So now you will ask me, what is Rahul Gandhi attempting to do? Rahul Gandhi is attempting to create a democratic deficit in this country, and he's consciously doing so, and this is why he's not proving his and taking his evidences to the court. Just 2 points and I will end my argument. Point number 1 is the following. If Rahul Gandhi believes that the voter list was such a fraud voter list, Rahul, you know, Congress party got its highest votes in the last 11 years in 2024 with the same voter list and won 5 Lok Sabha seats in Haryana. So how is that the Congress party found that entire voter list correct? Point number 2, and which is a very, very important point here. Till now, in the court, only one vote chori has been found. And that is the Congress candidate of Malur, where the court rejected the candidature of the Congress candidate, saying that he has done voter manipulation. So the real vote chores are the Congress party. So why is Rahul Gandhi doing all of this just before the Bihar election and not speaking about Bihar and not spending in time in Bihar? Because he knows that the exit poll of Bihar is his press conference, where he has admitted defeat and he wants to distract the attention from Bihar and come towards Haryana.
Okay.
And just in 10 seconds, there was a very famous line of Dushyant Kumar, if you recall, कि सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना मकसद मेरा नहीं है दोस्तों, सूरत बदलनी चाहिए. पर राहुल गांधी का मकसद सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना है. That is the reality. Today, Dushyant Kumar would also be very unhappy with what Rahul Gandhi is doing.
So you're saying the H-bomb is a hangama bomb?
Hangama bomb.
Okay, so 1 second. Now, Mr. Iyer Mitra, look, you've heard the BJP, you've heard the Congress. Are we being dismissive of Rahul Gandhi? Look, he's been going at this now for about a year. Yes, there are many contradictions. He's today parroting those exit polls as if they are the gospel, after having suggested that he's going to lock up pollsters, put them in jail. Like today, he's talking about the Election Commission. But nonetheless, fine, there are contradictions, but he has brought out certain facts. Are we just supposed to dismiss them?
Okay. So, you see, first of all, I want to strongly condemn my friend Pradeep Bhandari for his malignant allegations against the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji. You see, Rahul Gandhi ji is making some very, very important points. And I can honestly tell you with all my credibility that the Congress RJD alliance is going to win 500 seats in the upcoming Bihar poll, if not 1,000 seats. The very
Rahul,
next
what is this? Is this a news debate or a comedy show?
Excuse me, I make my point my way. All right?
There is
I
a
don't-
limit to satire and sarcasm.
Some people
Now-
might say that the entire topic is a bit of a comical topic. But nonetheless, because the person who's presented the facts...
Democracy is comical to you. All right.
no, I mean, look,
Democracy is comical to you.
Well,
Perfectly
fine.
fine. Your viewers can see.
Nikhil,
Mark my
No, you
mark
can
my
expect- you can
Mr.
expect
Jain,
from
Mr.
Abhijit.
Mr. Jain, let him have his say.
Rahul, can
He's
you just-
using
No,
what
I
is
did not
known
interject.
as sarcasm as a
That's
weapon.
precisely what I'm saying. There
And
is
let
a
him
limit to
let him use sarcasm.
You cannot have the entire
Let him
news
use
debate like that.
sarcasm.
He's using sarcasm on the democracy.
Well,
How
sir,
serious are
when
you
there
about
is a
the
famous
topic,
comedian
Abhijit?
who loves
How
Rahul
are-
Gandhi,
how-
who uses
how are you-
sarcasm,
how
you say
serious
this is
are
the
you
truth.
about the topic?
So
What
let's
kind of democracy?
Comedy
One
show
second.
hai.
let Mr. Mitra make his
to
point,
hotspot.
please.
Democracy is being killed in broad daylight and you are making mockery of it.
Okay,
Yes, yes,
Mr.
100%
Mishra,
I'm
Mr.
agreeing with
Mishra,
you,
Mr. Mishra, Mr. Jain, both of you are very serious people. So serious, so deadpan.
Then
Maybe
please
others
don't
are not
bring comedians
temperamentally
on the
like
show.
you. Let
Then
them
please
make their
don't
point.
bring-
You can
please don't
contradict them
bring
on facts.
comedians on
Who's
the
stopping
show.
you? Yes.
Please
So,
don't bring
you know,
comedians on the show.
I promise you, Rahul, by the 10th of November, Modi will resign and Rahul Gandhi will be PM. Now, this is the reason that the special intensive revision is being done. Why does the Congress then oppose the SIR? Like Pradeep pointed out, it was only some time back that the Congress won 5 Lok Sabha seats. They almost swept Haryana Lok Sabha based on the exact same electoral rolls. So then who was manipulating the election? Clearly it doesn't add up. Now you asked a very important question, why isn't this being taken seriously? You see, if things have to be taken seriously, you have to take action. Hurling muck and not following it up. See, I can claim today on a national TV program that you, Rahul Shivshankar, stole my car. Rahul Shivshankar chor hai. But unless I file an FIR against you, I think your entire viewership and is going to treat it exactly like my claims of the Congress winning 500 seats and Rahul Gandhi becoming PM on the 10th of November. You see, just hurling muck doesn't make any sense unless you're willing to follow it up with action. Now, Ashwini asked a very important question Is the leader of the opposition a serious role? Yes. We are urging Rahul to start taking his role seriously. Because right now he's treating it with much worse sarcasm than I am bringing on your program in my opening statement. All right. If he is serious, he needs to take action. He's willing to talk, but he's not willing to walk the talk. Next, you brought up a very important point. They want to stir up anarchy like Nepal, Bangladesh. See, in India, this can't happen. This is too heterogeneous and too big a country. This can happen in small countries with a largely homogeneous population. It can't. They're welcome to try. They've been trying it for God knows how many years now. Ultimately, it keeps coming down to this. It is what Yogendra Yadav inadvertently said, and Yogendra Yadav is now a close confidant and advisor to Rahul Gandhi, inadvertently said in an interview to The Wire, which is what? Basically, he paraphrased Goebbels and said, if you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes the truth. So keep saying, vote chori, tumhara vote chori hua hai, and people will actually start believing it.
Okay.
I am begging Ashwani to make us take his leader seriously and take either put an affidavit to the EC or take it to court.
The court
Because
has
still
said,
we can't take
follow
it
the
seriously.
procedure. The procedure is go to the EC, go yourself, Mr. Gandhi. Don't use surrogates. Don't file PILs through various shadowy pro-Congress lawyers. Do it yourself. Put your money where your mouth is, or your facts where your mouth is. So, Nikhil Jain, I want to ask you, yes, you know, Mr. Mitra said, Rahul Shivshankar, I can accuse you of chori. You have stolen my car. But you see, you can't accuse me and go away without following it up, filing a case, so on and so forth. There are three things that can be done. You can go to the police, file an FIR. You can go to the Election Commission. If the Election Commission doesn't respond, go to the Supreme Court or any other court in the land. None of these three things have been done. And the one time that Mr. Gandhi actually did accuse somebody of chori personally was Prime Minister saying Chaukidar chor hai. And guess what? The Supreme Court analyzed, again viewers, he didn't go directly to the court, by the way. It was again Prashant Bhushan and company and some editors and this, that, the other. They went with slips of paper. Proxies, call them what you want to. I don't want to sort of say all of those things, but certainly these people went. They are loyalists of the Congress movement, so they went. And their case was thrown out and Rahul Gandhi had to apologize. So Nikhil Jain, is that the real fear that घी और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा?
Rahul, I hope I can speak without interjection. So first of all, in this vote chori saga, if you may call it, Rahul Gandhi has come out with three different iterations. One about the Bangalore Central Lok Sabha constituency, where the Mahadevpura assembly segment was looked at. So far as that is concerned, on the 7th of August, Rahul Gandhi did a press conference. On the 8th of August, the candidate concerned, the only person who had a locus to file a complaint, did actually go to the office of the Chief Electoral Officer of Karnataka, filed a formal written complaint. There are pictures of that on the pages of the candidate, Mansoor Ali Khan. He went along with DK Shivkumar. Secondly, the case about Anand, where there was talk of, bulk deletions, attempts at bulk deletions through online means. Ashwani has already explained that very well. The third point is of Haryana. Haryana is a case where the Congress party actually did go to the courts. 22 election petitions were filed and another writ petition was filed. The outcome of the writ petition was that on the 9th of December, or I think the 13th of December 2024, the High Court, Punjab and Haryana High Court, ordered the Election Commission of India to release CCTV footage of the booths to the candidate. And you know what happened? Within 4 days, the Election Commission of India and the Government of India changed the rules of the ECI with retrospective effect and said that no CCTV footage cannot be released.
It's a lie.
So this is what has happened. So this is not a lie.
Let him finish.
I'll put out the articles, Pradeep. Give me 2 minutes. By the time you're done speaking, I'll put out the articles.
You interrupted
that is not a lie.
Yeah, you interrupted me.
You interrupted Abhijit.
Let him finish.
I interrupt.
Mr. Jain, finish. Don't get into a word war. Make your points, please.
Yeah.
Finish your
He's doing
point.
a comedy show. Pradeep, I didn't interject you.
Yeah, but your leader is a comedy show. What can I do about it? When your leader itself is a comedy show, what am I meant to
go to Habit.
I can't come back to
Gentlemen, Nikhil Jain.
I don't care what you do. Can I please come back to the point?
Nikhil Jain, get back to the point, please.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Another point was raised that why did it take so long for Rahul Gandhi to come out with this? Why did you not come out with this when the electoral rolls were in public? Now, the problem with that, Rahul, is that same photos are used across different booths. You have different agents for different booths. This sort of a thing required a big data analysis that couldn't have been done during the course of the elections because everybody assumes
What?
that the
You know
election
how
One second. So, one second.
What is this
Viewers,
nonsense with these fellows?
I just want to say one thing, and this is something that.
Rahul, do you want me to come down and start acting like a high school bully
Okay,
as
one
well?
second.
What is this nonsense?
There is a breaking news coming in. Please give me 30 seconds. There's a breaking news coming in on this story. Rahul Gandhi has just issued a fresh quote. And he's come out and he's reacted and he's reached out to Gen Z saying defeat vote theft and government theft. Viewers, there it is at the bottom of your screens. I think we have the soundbite, we can play it. In the meantime, viewers, there was an allegation that was made that a Brazilian voted 22 times. Now, viewers, news reports and our channel has tracked down this so-called Brazilian. Turns out that this Brazilian person is actually an Indian. Name is Pinky Joginder Kaushik. And she carried the image resembling the Brazilian model and said there was a long-standing photo misprint in her voter ID. However, she voted in 2024. There's no vote chori here. She goes on to say, when I had applied for my voter card, it first applied with a photo misprint. It had the picture of a woman from my village. We immediately returned it, but we still haven't received a corrected copy. I cast my vote in the 2024 election using my voter slip and Aadhaar card. The error must be on part of the BLO or the election office. How is it my fault? When the mistake first happened, we had already requested rectification. So viewers, this Nikhil Jain is showing us this business of this person voting several times. She says, I've only voted once, and there has never been. And then the brother-in-law of Munshi Devi, another woman whose voter card was allegedly linked to the same model's photo, he said Munshi and her family have been voting from their ancestral village in Machroli, even though they now live in Sonipat. I got a call from the election office today. They asked me to send Munish's voter card, and I sent it. I brought my mother and sister-in-law to cast their votes together. They cast their own vote in 24. There's no vote chori. So all of these people have been tracked down, viewers, by independent media. They've said there's been no vote chori. No one has cast any bogus votes on their names, etc., etc. So this is what I'm saying. This is where the break takes place. And perhaps if Rahul Gandhi were to move, yes, what is this, sir?
This is the lady that Rahul Gandhi had shown in his entire press conference claiming that she has spoken about vote chori. There's a portal of India which went to the lady and the lady said that I have never spoken about vote chori. So the voter itself is exposing Rahul Gandhi. Please listen.
और ऐसे करके भाजपा ने वोट चोरी करके विधानसभा का चुनाव जीता है। तो आपको ऐसा लगता है कि वोट चोरी भाजपा ने किया?
नहीं, मुझे पर्सनली नहीं लगता।
मुझे पर्सनली नहीं लगता कि भाजपा ने वोट चोरी करी है। My dear friend Nikhil, I would advise you have a sip of water because clearly you've lost facts today.
There is a procedure. Follow the procedure.
So at least this is proved, Rahul, that Election Commission of India and Bajpa is colluding together because we have been claiming, we have been just
Go
questioning
to the
Election
police,
Commission.
file an FIR. Go
We have
to
been
the Supreme
questioning only
Court
the
and
Election
make
Commission
precisely
and now
this point.
Bhandari is accepting that it is Bharatiya Janata Party which was doing vote chori.
Viewers, we've heard four distinct people.
Rahul, on this particular lady, I need to show this. This is a part of the presentation that Rahul Gandhi had put out. It is the same photo being used for 22 different voters across 10 different booths in a single constituency.
That's true.
Now,
So we need SIR.
Do we need an SIR or not?
We need a fair division of the electoral rolls.
So why does Rahul
लेकिन SIR करते हैं तुम बोलते हो SIR
We will drench the country with blood if an SIR goes through. Why are they constantly saying there are people committing suicide because of SIR, etc., etc.? Viewers, this is bizarre. I just need to move on. Let's take this more seriously. Let's take all our time more seriously. Okay, gentlemen, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Viewers, I want us to focus on another facet of this election which is disturbing. It's a disturbing facet. Just hours before Bihar votes, a political shocker has exploded online. A video from an RJD rally has gone viral. It depicts a child on stage casually boasting about firing a katta, a country-made revolver, if you know what I mean, on command if Tejasvi won the election. And worse, the party's own candidate is seen cheering for this symbol of disorder. There you can see him. He's clapping away. There he is next to that kid. We've had to, of course, viewers, obscure his identity. He said, bullets we fire and words spoken by Tejasvi Bhaiya never miss their mark. When we walk around with a stick, you call us uncultured. Let Tejasvi Bhaiya become the chief minister, then we will roam with a gun. You'll call us Rangdar. This has been, viewers, posted by Pradeep Bhandari, who was just here. But this is a fact, can't be denied. It's on video. It's not a fake video either. Listen to this young child, viewers, who's being used, by the way. A young child is being used to glorify weapons in Bihar. This is the education model of the RJD. Anyhow. Now, viewers, the BJP says exactly what the Prime Minister had warned about: a return of K for Katta, K for kidnapping, K for Karobar of crime under the RJD. Tonight, the big question: was Modi vindicated? Has he been vindicated? Viewers, Prime Minister Modi came out and said Tejasvi has named CM candidate only after his party pointed a Katta, country-made unlicensed handgun, the head of Congress. Congress initially was reluctant to project Tejasvi as the India bloc's face. This he said in Nevada, 2nd November 2025. And then he went on to say 5 Ks of Congress RJD alliance are Katta, which is symbolizing lawlessness, Krurta, which is cruelty, Katuta, which is bitterness or small-mindedness, Kushasan, misgovernance and corruption. Over 35,000 abductions during RJD rule, songs glorifying Katta being played at RJD rallies, Muzaffarpur, October 30th, 2025. Just 3 days back, this is what Prime Minister Modi had said. And Modi wasn't speaking in thin air. We'll play the video, decode the lyrics of the now infamous Katta Kat campaign song circulating on social media. Let's just show you those pictures. Those are the ones, viewers. Big videos. Those are the videos. These are actual grabs from videos that had been made, lyrics of certain songs that had been socialized by the RJD. The Katta Kat model, viewers, this is it. This is the face of it. Is this the real face behind RJD's promises? Crime as culture, violence as legacy, and political patronage as shield. Let's open this up. Let's go straight across to Nikhil Jain. Nikhil Jain, this child is being used to glorify weapons. I mean, look at the inappropriate, forget about the Katta business. And this is happening off an RJD stage, where the candidate is clapping and cheering. Have we now stooped to using children so that they, at a young age, are made to believe in gun culture and gun violence? Is this the example you want to set, sir?
Rahul, first of all, I want to ask you, have you or your channel independently verified the video? And if this video turns out to be doctored, would you take liability for it?
Yes, we have checked this on the ground, sir. Yes.
And you found it to be correct?
Sir,
So
that
it is
is
not just posted by the BJP. I'm just asking you a question. Asking you a question.
Look, the fact is, it has been. We asked our reporters to check. They haven't found, at this moment in time, any reason to doubt its veracity. That's all I can say.
You are confirming the veracity of the video.
Can you answer the question, sir? Can you answer the question? What is a child doing on the stage? What is a child doing on the stage? 1 second. Since when have children been used in any case for electioneering? Number one. They should be in school.
Narendra Modi uses them quite often. In fact, he goes to schools and starts doing political campaigning with them. But be that as it may.
No, 1 second. This is a political stage. 1 second. This is a political stage.
Just
Mr. Jain, a child is on a political stage. No. Yes. Please.
So my simple point is that if indeed the video is as the BJP is claiming it to be, because I really do not trust the BJP definitely in election season, but if it is what it is claimed to be, this is condemnable. The candidate should be reprimanded. You should not be using children.
So if it is condemnable, prima facie, Then, sir, the message, what about the message? Does it vindicate the claims that the Prime Minister has been making that there is an over-reliance and a glorification of crime as a vector?
I can't say much about the Prime Minister's claims because somehow he happens to know what happens behind closed doors and shut doors and band kamaron mein kya hota hai aur kiski kanpatti pe kaise katta
So
lagta hai.
let me tell you viewers, when you give, look, all parties are guilty of this. But if the MGB, RJD wanted to overcome this deficit, they would have ensured that they would never give any criminals a ticket. RJD has the biggest number of criminals. In fact, it's given Mohammed Shahabuddin. I'm telling you, sir.
What about Gayatri Devi?
I am saying that all political parties do this. I thought that RJD is looking to the future. He wants to set a new example, and he would be the first to abdicate any connections with criminals in politics. But no, viewers. He's gone and given Mohammed Shahabuddin's son a ticket. Osama Shahabuddin has been given a ticket. Osama Sahab has been given a ticket. Kuntal Krishna, respond. He's saying you can't take a... Mr. Kuntal Krishna, he's saying that you can't take the moral high ground on this issue. And that this is a fake video put out by the BJP. Could you respond to both these allegations?
I'm saying it could be. I'm saying it
Rahul and Nikhil, if I remember correctly, you are there in Patna today. You go around the Patna and you will find the difference. A BJP supporter says that if we will come to power, if our government will come to power, we will get industries. And RJD supporter says, if we will come to power, we will put a gun on your head and we will abduct you. This is what is the difference. And about this video, I can see Ijaya Yadavji, who is a candidate as well as a well-known face of RJD. She is there on that platform. She is there on the stage, and this young child, he is simply reiterating the words which every RJD supporter is reiterating. And this is what RJD culture is. RJD ka culture yahi hai. Nikhil, you can't help it out.
Mr. Iyer Mitra, I just want our director Saab to put out the images of those music videos that have been...
Please also put out the images of Anand Singh.
One second.
Please also put out the images of Anand Singh and how he's been...
One second, Mr. Jain. Calm down, Mr. Jain. These are images, viewers, from RJD affiliated media. Iyer Mitra, what does this tell you?
Affiliated.
What does this tell you?
Rahul, I've got another point.
My real worry in all of this is, why are we even doubting that the RJD was the party of crime? Have we all forgotten? You know, I'm old and I'm 47. I still remember the time where RJD was crime and crime was RJD. It was notorious for kidnapping. You had businessmen who were scared to go out of their gates to buy anything other than a Maruti 800, because the moment you got anything other than a Maruti 800, you'd be kidnapped for something or the other. So the very fact that this party now sensing some kind of a victory in their mind, I don't know how Bihar is going to turn out. Sorry, they're going to win 500 seats. I forgot. Sensing their 500 seat triumph in Bihar in the upcoming election, they have started getting out and going back to the old patterns of behavior that they were always used to. This is a precursor of what is going to happen to Bihar if they come to power, number one. Number two, Rahul, don't you find it so curious that in the last debate, the gentleman who was refusing to vouch for the veracity of his own party leader's statements, saying, why should we file an FIR? Is it up to us? Now wants you to take responsibility for a video that is doing the rounds on Twitter. Amazing. Truly amazing. The leader of the opposition should be taken seriously for not filing, but the News 18 should not be taken seriously for not taking responsibility for this video.
So let's just narrow it down, as Abhijit Iyer Mitra is saying, on facts. So let me ask you, Nikhil Jain, instead of resorting to whataboutery, try to answer the question. Was Shahabuddin convicted for murder in 3 different cases? Yes or no?
Yes, he was.
He was. Yet, viewers, the RJD gives his son a ticket, and Lalu Prasad Yadav says...
Was his son convicted?
Sir, allow me, sir, please allow me to finish. That I owe a debt to Mohammed Shahabuddin. Viewers, what debt would you owe to a murderer? Unless, of course, that person is a hitman for you and has done something for you. What debt? These are not my words, these are Lalu's words. I owe a debt to Muhammad Shahabuddin, therefore I have to give his son a ticket. What debt could it be? Secondly, viewers, the face of the MGB, the founder of the RJD, he is convicted in none less than 5 cases of corruption, looting the public, had to give up office as chief minister, one of the first to do so in this country, and he had to put his wife in the hot seat. His son is out on bail. Tejasvi, the face of the RJD. And then, viewers, you have these videos. These are facts. No one has tampered with them. No one has distanced themselves from them. In fact, they've embraced them. Absolute silence on this footage that has gone out. The RJD completely dead silent. Rahul Gandhi dead silent. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, whose heart bleeds for children of conflict in Gaza, silent. As a child is being made to glamorize conflict in Bihar, in our own country.
Are you comparing the
Viewers,
genocide of children?
I am going to leave this at this. Think about this. Think about this. The future of Bihar is being taught to glamorize guns. You know what happened in America. You know what's happened in Afghanistan. You know what's happened in Pakistan. You know what's happened in Rwanda. You know what's happened in Africa, in several countries where children, viewers, have been made to glorify the gun. You know where that ends. This is the education, this is the model. I want to move on, viewers, because there is a significant conversation that needs to be engaged with. And this time it is coming out of America, the United States of America. First, the positives. Indian origin Muslim Zoran Mamdani's victory in the New York City mayoral election is a massive 2-finger salute to the rancid MAGA crowd that has been demonizing immigrants in America. Ever since the rise of Donald Trump, any immigrant of color has a cross printed on their back. Indian origin immigrants have been singled out in particular. Even, viewers, Kash Patel, a cabinet minister in Trump's cabinet, has been singled out for his Hindu background. This highly successful model minority of Indian Desis has made America its home and has been subjected to dehumanizing racist tropes, job stealers, unassimilable, smelly and unwashed heathens. Even Trump once referred to India in pejorative terms. So on paper, this should be a moment of global Desi pride, right? That's what it should be. Everyone should be saying, great, that an immigrant, Muslim immigrant, has won. An Indian origin mayor running America's biggest city, calling out Trump in his victory speech, saying, I'm a Muslim, an immigrant, and I'm not apologizing. If the president wants to hear me, he can turn the volume up, unquote. And yet, viewers, the reaction among Indians in the US and India is sharply divided, polarized. And here are some reasons. Mamdani doesn't play the usual, quote, model minority good immigrant, unquote, game. He openly calls Narendra Modi a war criminal. That wins applause from the American left, but alienates large sections of the Indian diaspora who see him as attacking them for supporting India's government, for dictating to them or shaming them for the choices they're making. There's another reason why Indians are divided. Many Hindu Americans believe Mamdani plays Muslim first politics. He brackets Hindu nationalist groups with white supremacists. That's triggered a backlash from parts of the Hindu community who see him as hostile, not representative. Consider this fake news he spread about India, suggesting that all Muslims had been cleansed from Gujarat, that therefore there was a wave of Hindu intolerance and bigotry. He said, my father, his family comes from Gujarat in India, his family is Muslim and I am Muslim. Narendra Modi helped orchestrate what was the mass slaughter of Muslims in Gujarat, to the extent that we didn't even believe there are Muslims, Gujarati Muslims anymore. When I tell someone that I am a Gujarati Muslim, it's a shock to them, unquote. He said this in June 2025. But for some reason, the Congress is falling head over heels for Mamdani. Viewers, he's being held up as an example for Congress politicians. Member of Parliament of the Congress, advisor to Rahul Gandhi, says the method of campaigning in cities by Mamdani is an example for Congress. Will we dare? Are we ready to raise our voice against injustice? Unquote. And it's not just Digvijay Singh. Priyanka Vadra, Supriya Shrinate, even the likes of Mahua Moitra, the gentleman that you're seeing on the right of your screens, viewers, even him, are cheering his victory. Quite clearly, the India bloc has forgotten what one of its most senior leaders said a few months ago. And I'm going to quote, viewers, to you, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi's words. When Zoran Mamdani opens his mouth, Pakistan's PR team takes the day off. India doesn't need enemies with allies like him shouting fiction from New York, unquote. These are the words of Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Now, viewers, what has changed the Congress's perception of Mamdani? Is it because in his speech, Thanksgiving speech, he invoked Nehru, and flattery, viewers, as you know, is the best form of validation? Is that really what it is? And therefore today the Congress is seeing virtues because they're so desperate for vindication and validation. Let's open this up. Let's ask some questions. I want to first begin with Abhijit Iyer Mitra to cement this individual's politics, to understand what his politics is. Is he divisive? Is he not divisive? Has he got an anti-India overarching mindset, or is it only restricted to the Modi government and so on and so forth? Does he stand in judgment of Indian voters who've voted in a particular way? What do you make of this man?
Look, this man is a classic Islamo-fascist meets Hugo Chavez. He's the worst kind of identity politics player. Remember, he's also supported Hamas. He's gone on the worst kind of anti-Semitic diatribes against Jews. And of course, there are different groups that are willing to suck up to him, just like there are Hindus. You know, highly educated Jews and Hindus are the same. We're self-defeating at some level because we tend to go around supporting people who would slit our throats, burn our children alive. And that is exactly what this fellow is. Now, does he have the guts to do it himself? No. Is he catcalling his followers to do it? Yes. Is he going to deliver on all his fantastical dreams of government-run supermarkets, unlimited rent control of unaffordable housing in New York? No. So what is he going to do? Like Nikhil's dear friend Rahul Gandhi, he's going to do what they all do, which is come down to cheap identity politics, number one. And second, what will they do? They will claim racism. His mayorship failed because, white America conspired against him. The international protocols of the Elders of Zion conspired against him. The junior members of the protocols, the Hindus, conspired against him. The Hindu conspiracy, Yahudi Hunuzi Sazish, conspired against him. This is what they're going to do. We all know exactly how this mayorship is going to turn out. We know exactly what he's going to do. This is basically, New York today is what Venezuela was about 10, 12, 15 years back.
Okay, let me bring in David Sofair. David Sofair, how do you view Mamdani?
So let's view his campaign, okay? So he actually ran a very good campaign that resonated with a lot of young people in New York. And it's unfortunate because he threw the bone of socialism, right in front of the voters, which he had a high energy campaign. And he went against former Governor Cuomo, who has been marred and tarred and dragged through the mud. And then as a cutter vote was Curtis Sliwa. So how do we view him? Here in the States, it's going to be very difficult for New York and New Yorkers with his draconian taxes that he's going to put forward. And not only that, he is going to disband large swaths of the police as well, so we are, it's not a good thing. And here's what I'll say, that they say, oh, he's a Democrat. The Democrats are a fractured party here in the United States without anybody at the helm. But he is not really a Democrat. He is a far left socialist. Okay, and he's borderlining, and he's aligned with communism as well. So that is not in line with a lot of the voters. But here in New York, he actually made it happen. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully, federally here in the States, if he really gets out of control, there'll be some checks and balances in place.
So let me ask you, David Sofer, there is this persistent accusation that he is divisive. Can you give me some examples? Can you elaborate on that point?
I think that any political party at the moment is going to have a level of divisiveness, but he is openly saying that whiter boroughs should pay more tax. So he came out and said that openly. So that I think is a divisive policy. He's also saying that you
you saying that he's saying that white people should pay more tax?
Those were his words, absolutely. So he's saying that in mostly white boroughs, they should pay more tax. These are his words. So whether you agree with it or not, it's don't shoot the messenger. These are his words. So it's all there. So whether you agree with that or not, that's happening. He's also saying to defund big swaths of the police. So anti-terror police, anti-riot police. He's saying we need to abolish that straight away.
So a person who has obviously targeted...
These are his words, viewers. These are his words.
Okay, so 1 second. So a person, Abhijit Iyer Mitra and David Sofer are both making pretty much the same point. He's targeted certain individuals, groups, whether it's whites or Jews or even Hindus, who he claims a lot of them vote for Modi and therefore are Hindu extremists. In fact, he was at a rally, viewers, where a large number of others began to erupt and chant slogans saying that Hindus are Sanghis, etc. And he kept very quiet. Those footage is available. I can play that out for you.
No. They used a swear word against Indians, which I'm not going to.
I know. That's why I didn't want to go there. But I have that footage. I can easily play it. Yeah, yep. It was hideous, and it appeared that he didn't mind anyone sort of in any way trying to paint Hindus as oppressors of Muslims. So Nikhil Jain, a person like this, especially when Americans themselves are divided, why is there such unanimity in the India alliance over his suitability? Why are you out there giving him certificates when he has peddled fake news about Gujarat, about India, etc., etc.? Nikhil Jain?
Rahul, first of all, it's quite funny to me that when a Republican, India-hating, India-bashing Donald Trump was contesting for the president of the United States, our own Prime Minister Modi, practically went around and campaigned for him. But when a person of Indian origin becomes...
listen, hang on.
Rahul,
one second. Show me one statement from the BJP. 1 second. Show me one statement. No, please don't misquote. Don't misquote those words. You have made it a habit of reading Twitter, WhatsApp forwards and coming here and talking rot. So one second.
Do you want me to
Can I just point out the only time Trump used language against India was calling it a dead economy, which his leader, Rahul Gandhi, took up and supported Trump on it.
Yes.
The attack of
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. The only time that Trump has actually used derogatory words, viewers, as I was telling you, was India is a dead economy. And guess who amplified it? Rahul Gandhi agreed with him till his head nearly fell off his shoulders. Nodded in agreement. But tell me something, Nikhil Jain. Why is the Congress praising a person who Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi describes as an absolute foil for Pakistan?
1 second. Hold on.
Yes. When Zoran Mamdani opens his mouth, Pakistan's PR team takes the day off. India doesn't need enemies with allies like him shouting fiction from New York. Can you explain this?
Rahul, I'm not aware of the particular context in which Dr. Singhvi
There's no
made that
context. The
statement.
man made a speech about Gujarat.
Can I now please respond to the
Mr.
points?
Abhishek Manu Singhvi came out there and corrected him. What is the big deal? What is the context?
Rahul, you can't ask me 100 questions and not allow me to answer a single. You've asked me a bunch of questions. Can I please respond to them one by one? First of all, you said that the Prime Minister never campaigned for Donald Trump. I've played the audio. I don't know if it went on air or not. Ab ki baar Trump sarkar. Secondly, I'm glad that you are now finally realizing that Trump is anti-immigrant, anti-Indian, and it's actually refreshing for me to
That's
see
absolute
that.
rubbish.
So far as endorsements, all right,
No.
Mr. Friend from the Republican Party, you would certainly say that. I'm not going to take those words seriously. So far as the
No, one
allegations
second,
of
Nikhil
Mamdani
Jain.
being a
Nikhil Jain,
leftist or a socialist is concerned.
establish that Trump is specifically anti-Indian. I can understand
Okay,
that
so
there is a
listen,
difference
can
on
we
trade
discuss
right
on the
now,
topic?
and he's got
Can
a
we
problem.
discuss-
He's singling out
Calling
India.
India-
But explain. Give me one quote.
Calling India a
Rahul,
dead economy is very different from Zoran Mamdani's gang using that particular word. I am sorry.
Rahul,
No, I want you to
Okay,
substantiate
very well.
using examples. Give me the
Yeah, this
example.
is
Where has he
unbelievable.
said that
This is
Indians are
Rahul,
bad and I'm after
Rahul,
them? He's constantly
Rahul.
said that Indians are great people. Modi is a great leader. Modi is a great negotiator.
So
Yes,
what
we
he's
have
saying
differences.
happens.
Give me that point.
I'd like to explain to the viewers.
Can I please?
No, I
can
can't
please
give
make a
space to
point?
people who are sitting here without any basis making
Rahul,
comments which are of no
Rahul,
consequence.
Here's the hard
How
fact,
is it,
right?
viewers, that a Congress
I'm gonna
leader
tell
is
you guys-
senior,
I'm gonna
a
tell
member
you
of
the hard
parliament,
facts right
under
now.
oath comes out and says,
I'm going to tell you the hard facts right now. This is a party that doesn't see any of that. We see prosperity for the people.
okay, just 1 minute. Viewers, I'm just going to pull up this quote of Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
Can I please respond?
I'm just going to bring it. 1
Can I
minute.
please respond?
I'm just putting this up.
How many
When
times will you
Zoran
pull up that
Mamdani
quote?
opens his mouth, Pakistan's PR team takes the day off. Can you explain this to me? Nikhil
I'm going
Jain,
to first
and the
respond.
contradiction 3 months later in the Congress party's own stand. No one contradicted Dr. Manu Singhvi. No one said he was wrong from the Congress party. Suddenly you do a complete flip. What is the example
Rahul-
that you want to follow of his
Rahul,
politics?
first of-
The divisiveness,
Rahul.
the labeling of various minorities?
Rahul.
No, I'm asking you.
Rahul, will you allow me to speak?
Please, but answer the question.
Please allow me to speak without interjection. So far as Trump is concerned, you only said the very same words that I was saying, but all right, let's not get into Trump. Let's talk about
Listen,
Mamdani.
I'm no
Let's talk
fan
about
of
the
Trump.
topic.
It's a known fact. So what are you telling me? The point is that I find him a hypocrite. But that doesn't mean I'm
Very
going to
well.
say that he's
Thank
an
you.
India hater or he's an
And
Indian
by the way,
hater. I mean, there's a difference.
And I find you a hypocrite. And I find
How,
you a
Mr.
hypocrite.
Jain,
but
show
that's
me
all
where
right.
I have said that Mr. Trump hates Indians.
What was your opening package
the-
about? I think your viewers can see that. But can we please
What is my
discuss on
opening
the
package
topic?
about?
Can we
President
please
Trump
I
discuss
does
said
on
not
the
hate
topic?
India.
MAGA,
Can
the
we please-
MAGA, the
Rahul,
MAGA
there are 2
crowd.
minutes
One second,
left
one
in your
second, one
debate.
second, just a minute.
Getting over.
The
Can I
MAGA
please
crowd
respond on this
has
substantive
a
point?
problem with Indians. The MAGA crowd has come out with epithets. It doesn't mean, viewers, that Trump is sitting there endorsing those things. The same accusation can be made against Rahul Gandhi. There are several people in his party that have stood up for Hamas. Does that mean that he's a Hamas supporter? The Congress will go blue in the face denying it. The fact of the matter is, viewers, today, the MAGA crowd has got a sock in its jaw, which is great. It is good that someone like a brown Mr. Mamdani has won. At least that part of the narrative will be killed. But to sit here and suggest that he is an example and exemplar for all of us when he beats down on India is pushing it, especially when you have contradictions in your own stand. Which Congress party should we believe? And on which occasion? It's a fundamental question. I leave it to that, viewers, for you to discuss.
Presented by This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Shifting focus to a CNN News 18 exclusive, Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, the first Indian to step aboard the International Space Station as part of the Axiom Mission 4, earlier spoke with my colleague Shrishti. This is an exclusive conversation in which he describes his space journey, an unforgettable experience, and what lies ahead. Listen in to that exclusive conversation.
Today we have with us Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla. Yes, the Indian astronaut who made a historic mission for India and became the first Indian astronaut to board the International Space Station. Group Captain Shukla, welcome to CNN News 18. It's been months since that historic mission. How do you think it has changed the way people dream, the way India dream?
I think in a sense, a lot of ways it has changed. I did not have an idea of how this will impact people back home, but I